Welcome to Talking Again podcast. This is The Tap. I am your host, Fidel Avendaño. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast with stories from fascinating people, some of them my closest friends and family. I hope you enjoy the show. Now let's tap into it. Jozalene Molina. Do you prefer Jozalene or do they call you Jozalene?
They call me Jozalene.
Jozalene?
Yeah.
No Josies?
Yeah, Jozie.
You get Jozie?
Yeah.
I'll say Jozie. But it is Jozalene Molina. She's here in the studio today, Talking Again podcast. Thank you very much for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So I was trying to explain to some people, they're like, okay, you're gonna have a high school student on your podcast, Talking Again podcast, a bar. And I go, yeah, I am. But we're gonna keep it cool, PG, And the other thing was, so what does she do? And I'm like, oh, you gotta look at the page. You gotta check your page out. So I'll always send everybody to your page. And the one thing because you do many things, right?
I do, yeah.
Many things. I always say the first thing I start off with is, she's a contortionist.
Yeah, that seems to throw people off a lot.
Yeah. Wait, you know what I get a lot though? Because these are all the dum-dums that didn't go to school and they don't know what's a contortionist.
Well,
So
I didn't have.
for the dum-dums, tell them what you do.
Well, okay, so contortion is basically circus, and you just put your feet over your head and like bend. It's kind of hard to explain. It's more like a picture thing, but in reality, you just put your feet over your head and like bend in places a normal human don't bend.
Right. Jesus. I've seen some of the videos that you posted where you're like inside of a little weird box or inside of a shelf, like at a Walmart.
Gosh.
I think there was a Walmart or something like that. Maybe it wasn't a Walmart, but a Target.
I think it was like Stater Brothers,
Okay.
just any store.
It was like
honestly.
an empty shelf and you got in there and I was like, how the heck did you get in there? But
I do that all the time.
when did you know you were so flexible?
I would say at the age of 10,
Mhm.
during a dance rehearsal, my dance teacher was like, oh, can you do this trick for me? And I was like, yeah, I can try. And it was a really super flexible trick. And so I tried it and I got it. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're really, really flexible. And then so from there, I just started like I started looking at like different things, like different circus people. And so I copied them and I was like, wow, I can do what they can do. And that's how I realized like, oh my gosh, I'm a contortionist.
And that's like, okay, so then you didn't know what the name was. Obviously, they had to explain to you what a contortionist was, and so you looked it up. And this is all, doing that bending that you did without stretching, because that's very important, right? Stretching?
Yeah, stretching is key.
Yeah, you did all that without stretching when you did it with the dance performance with the teacher. So I'm sure she was amazed. Like,
Yeah, she was. They used to call me Gumby, like the little green thing.
I remember the grumpy.
Yeah.
What was the name of the horse? Remember the name of the horse?
I didn't even watch that.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No.
Of course, I'm aging myself here. Maybe our studio audience, do you remember the name of the horse?
I think it was Pokey.
Was it Pokey?
I think
Oh,
so.
we're gonna go with Pokey. It was an orange. I think it was an orange horse.
Yeah, I think it was Pokey.
Well, if it wasn't Pokey, I'm sure they're gonna correct it. So,
Yeah, I know.
so we'll go with Pokey. Yeah. So they called you Gumby.
They did at my dance studio.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
They dropped it.
Well, I don't attend it there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any nicknames right now that you call other than Jozie?
No.
Nothing.
Miss Riverside. That's pretty much it.
Miss Riverside
Yeah.
pageant. Did you do the pageant thing since you were a little girl?
I did pageant since the age of 6 months, I believe.
6 months?
Yeah.
Wow. So then you've been on stage
I was
your whole life.
practically born on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that? So then do you like it?
I do. I do.
You like
And that's like the
It
main
wasn't
thing.
forced on you.
No.
Your mom gave you the option. If you wanted, did you ever give you the option? Like as you got a little older?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if I wasn't interested in it, she'd be like, okay, like, is there anything else you want to try? But no, I love it.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
So 6 months. And what was the first time that you won your first pageant? Don't say 6. Was it the 6 months? Look at that. Okay, how many of these little tiaras? Is it a tiara?
Yeah, this
Or
is a crown.
Okay, crown. Tiaras are the ones that aren't complete, right?
Yeah.
I only know tiaras because of the princess movies in Disney.
Oh, they also have a show called Toddlers and Tiaras.
Don't know that.
It's another
is
pageant
it
show.
a pageant show?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was also on there.
Were you really?
Yeah, I wasn't like featured on it, but like they like kind of like showed me in the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. So, how many pageants have you won?
Oh.
No.
I have no idea. Okay, not trying to.
You can use my hand. How many?
I don't think there's
No way.
No.
Are you serious? Dang, just racking them up.
Yeah.
That's good. No, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you going to continue doing it?
I do. I think you age out of pageants at the age of 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the Miss California and Miss America organization.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, you kind of just like You could either become like a director or something, or be involved more, but you can't be like a contestant
Right.
or a prelim to Miss California.
Mhm.
But I want to keep going as long as I can.
Is that something that you're looking, trying to do even after 25? Like maybe stay in the same pageant and do like a director kind of thing? Is that what you?
Maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe be like a dance coach or something. I still want to stay in the field,
Mhm.
but I haven't decided on what exactly.
Yeah. I know you also tried out to do Kazam? No, not Kazam. You know that circus one in Vegas?
The Cirque Du Soleil.
Cirque Du Soleil. I don't know. I couldn't. Don't they have a bunch of different shows though?
They do.
Okay.
They have shows here
Is one of them
in
called Kazam?
Santa Monica. No.
Okay, that's alright.
Maybe you're thinking of like Lucia or something.
Maybe it's a circus one.
There's so many.
Forget about it. So you try out for one, or you're?
No, not
you're
yet. So I just turned 18 in December.
Uh-huh.
So you can audition at the age of 18.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still looking for like their auditions to pop up, but I want to be an aerialist.
An aerialist.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that
Go up in the air.
Yeah. Wait.
So
Like trapeze stuff. Like
yeah.
That?
Ooh.
See, I know a little bit. Right? I did my research a little bit.
Yeah, but my main is the hoop, the leer.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Okay. Is that the one that your dad has in the front yard? Or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy little swing.
Yeah.
That's your specialty.
That's my specialty.
Okay.
Yes.
Not so much the trapeze, but you've done the trapeze.
I've done the trapeze, Spanish web, silks, rope.
Spanish web, is that the one that you wrap yourself around and you just let yourself drop?
No, that's silks. Silks is like the fabric and it's like this.
Yeah.
That's silks. Spanish web is the one, I posted a video before on my page, but it's where I put my hand in and I hold like the rope like this and I like swing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's Spanish web.
Damn. That's nuts. Cheerleading, contortionist, beauty pageant, acting?
I did acting when I was little.
No, you did.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
What did you act in?
I started taking acting classes, I don't think,
Commercial?
I want to say yes.
Eating cereal, maybe?
Maybe. I feel like I did.
Yeah.
Or Toddlers and Tears could probably count as
That, no, yeah. And then, the angle that I was going in was Ryan's Roses.
Oh, yeah.
See, I said acting because, the whole, it's a fix.
Oh,
I think it is, but you say no. A lot of people will argue with me, but Ryan's Roses, if you're on Ryan's Roses, I could probably get an acting credit.
maybe, yeah. Maybe. Or what's it called? The Honda people, when they call it like random active helpiness or something.
Yeah.
Or,
You were on it?
no.
Oh.
But like, that's fake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That could be.
Yeah. That's the way I see Ryan's Roses. How can that be true, man? Like, how do you get, it's like fool me once, that saying, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Have you heard that?
No, but I have now.
But do you get it?
Yes, I do.
So it's like, if these guys, or girls, some of them, the girls get busted on it, they keep falling for it. Like, how do you not know? If Ryan calls you, some chick with a really bad English calls you, and she's trying to give you free flowers. No offense, dude. I don't know who you are. Sorry, I was just joking. But if someone calls you and my English, I shouldn't have said that. My English is bad too. So anyway, if they call you giving you free flowers, it's probably not true.
I mean, I believe about that for some shows.
Yeah.
Some shows, like, I don't want to name them, but I'm pretty sure you know what, like, shows.
Most shows on TV that are reality shows.
Yeah. So most of them are staged.
Yeah.
I've been in the audience for some of them.
Have you really?
Yeah.
What, like the K one?
No.
Okay, that was real? Somewhat real?
Which one?
The K one. Keeping Up.
Oh, I think that's real.
Yeah.
My mom loves that.
So the way it works, from what I understand, is it is a reality show, but they set them up on, dates.
I believe that.
Like, here, you're going here today. And
Yeah.
we're gonna film you, and then we'll see what kind of dumb stuff you fall into.
I also believe they give them a topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe stir it up a little
Yeah.
bit, and of course the producing magic, that
Mhm.
make it look like it's really bad when it's not.
Yeah.
I love TV.
Me
It's
too.
awesome. What have you been doing since the quarantine?
Oh my gosh, sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
Online schooling.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's kind of.
Oh, I just remembered. I forgot it. The shirt.
Yes.
Class of 2020. You're gonna miss out on all those cool high school experiences, man.
I
Or
know.
senior experiences, I should say. Prom, winter formal, You were able to go to what's the other one?
Homecoming.
Homecoming. So you were
Yeah.
able to do homecoming.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
good. But yeah, like winter formal you missed out on, or was that still with you?
Well, my school, we don't really have winter formal. It's called social, because I have 2 campuses
Okay.
of my school. So that's like where we both combine and have like a big party.
Yeah.
So that's like our formal. But I did have that.
And it's called social.
Yes.
Okay, around that time, winter, December or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay, but you missed out on. Or you're missing out on prom,
Graduation.
God. Senior night. Do they still do senior night? Like,
They do grad night.
yeah, grad night.
Yeah, it was gonna be at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
But
That sucks. Are you still dealing with it? Have you accepted it or?
I have a really rough time with it. Like I would say in the beginning, I would catch myself like looking back at my phone and be like, oh my gosh, like look at those memories, or like I would break down sometimes because like I'll never get to experience that, and that's what I was like waiting for my senior year. But you just have to stay positive with it. And
how are you staying positive with it? What are we gonna come? What's coming out of this?
My boyfriend actually, he is like, well, it's okay, like we're gonna be able to have like this later on and this later on. Like he was like, it's okay, like we could do everything virtually, or like me and you could get together and do this like at our house, like prom, we can do this, we can do this. So it's like, I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, I know you were elected on the virtual prom for Kiss FM.
Yes.
Right? You're one of the finalists.
Yes.
10?
Top 10.
Top 10. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So are you guys planning on doing a prom at your home? I know I've seen some of those videos of people doing proms at home and.
Yeah. So my prom was like normally scheduled for the end of May, I believe. I want to say like May 29th. I don't know why that date sticks to me.
May 29th sounds right.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna stay home, have my boyfriend come over and throw like a little party, decorate, because my mom loves to decorate.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna decorate and have like some music and stuff like that.
Are you guys gonna dance with like 6 feet away from each other? Like.
Oh my gosh, no. We've been like kind of not quarantined together, but like he's like the household that we've been kind of quarantined with together, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So no, not 6 feet.
Yeah, we're not 6 feet apart.
No, we're not.
I don't take it as serious as most people do. I know it's a serious thing, right? There's a virus, people getting sick, people are dying. But they're definitely painting a bigger picture. In my opinion.
Yeah, I believe that social media is rallying it up a lot.
Not just social media, but the news.
Yeah, the news especially.
Or some higher or organizations that people want to talk about, but we won't get into that. It sucks because a lot of people are missing out on those special moments.
It does.
And not just like seniors, but 8th graders.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too, 8th graders. 8th graders, coming out of junior high, stepping into freshman, like that's a big step too.
And they get their little ceremony that they won't be able to get.
Right.
So it affects everybody.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing about, you said you're doing virtual schooling, right?
Yes.
So are you guys doing like Zoom videos, online classes?
Yeah, we are. So we also have like dance classes and stuff like that. So we just like tune in and we watch our teachers like lead a class, and then we're just behind the screen copying is whatever she's doing. But for circus, it's a little bit different. Yeah. So we just kind of do like stretching classes, and then academics basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have they told you guys as far as academically wise, are you guys gonna take a test or anything like that, or are you guys?
They haven't mentioned that yet.
I know I kind of read something about that they're gonna no test, but they're just gonna give you guys curriculums to do.
Okay.
And whatever you kind of like, whatever GPA you had, is pretty much what you're gonna graduate with.
I heard it was gonna be like, it's not gonna be like a B, C, or D. It's gonna be like a pass or a fail.
College, getting you ready for college.
Yeah.
Pass or fail.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. All their friends.
I know. I think that's like the worst part, because I'm such a friendly person who loves to like have special memories with like my friends and stuff like that. So it's like I'll never be able to say like that special senior goodbye to like my my upperclassmen. Well, not upperclassmen because they're senior, but like my senior friends and my like younger friends. It's kind of like
the yearbook. You're not gonna be able to sign yearbooks.
I know.
Well, maybe they do like drive-by yearbook signings.
Maybe.
That's a good suggestion, right? Boom. Drive-by hashtag drive-by see what did I just say?
Yearbooks, drive-by yearbook signing.
Drive-by yearbook signing.
Let's make that a thing.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll start it tonight.
All right.
Or maybe Monday.
When I get my yearbook.
There you go. I'll sign it for you.
All right. That sounds like
You don't want that. I have my yearbook here somewhere around here. My senior yearbook.
Really?
Yeah.
I have every single yearbook.
Yeah.
And
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
I tried to do that. It didn't work out. That's good though. Keep it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good memories to have.
They are.
Like you said, I enjoyed my time in school. My wife, she didn't really. She was like, I can live without it. I enjoyed it. I loved it. For me, high school was the shit. I said it again. High school was really fun. Those were my memories. Hanging out in the quad. We had, the quad area. And that's where we all hung out. We all, had our soda pop. You guys say soda pop? We had our soda drink.
Yeah, like our sodas.
Soda pop. I'm aging myself.
Well, see, my school is open campus. So it's like not the whole downtown Riverside.
Because you didn't say what school you went. You have a school of arts, right?
Yeah, Encore Performing Arts.
Okay. Yeah, not just your regular high school.
No. That's why I'm able to do circus.
Yeah. What's the grade from, is it the same thing, like 9th to 12th?
8 through 12.
Oh, 8 to 12, okay. And you're saying it's an open school?
It's an open campus. Yeah, so like, and have you been to downtown Riverside?
Yeah.
So
with
like
the missions and all that, right?
Like the mission and like the pizza place right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so my school we're able to go like right there for lunch and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So that's kind of like our quad, I guess you can say. But yeah, it's really cool, and like that's where my high school memories are.
All the 8th graders can go out there too, or just
really? So my first year of Encore,
cool.
I was an 8th grader, and like you weren't able to like really go out, but they changed that now because a lot of the kids don't like that. But now you can.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it because it'll teach you guys a little bit of accountability. Like you can go out this campus, but you need to come back.
Yeah.
If you don't come back, guess who's in trouble?
You're in trouble. Yeah. And then we also have like proctors, like teachers watching, like at different stop sites and different stuff. So we're like watching stuff.
Call those the narcs.
Oh my god.
That's what we used to call them, the narcs. Proctors is a better name, I guess.
Yeah.
So what else? Let's see. I was gonna mention the Rams. That's right. You seen that, right?
No.
Did I point out the wrong one? 49ers. You seen that, right? That's my team.
That's not my team.
Yeah, we had some good days out at the Coliseum the last couple of years. It was fun. So you want to be a Rams cheerleader?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And then, so you guys you said that you missed out on the tryouts.
Well, they had to cancel them.
Okay.
Because they were like last month, so it's like when everything was like going down and everything was like getting canceled. So most of NFL teams, like cheerleading teams, are doing virtually, but Rams hasn't.
Tryouts?
Yes.
Okay.
But Rams hasn't did that yet, so I don't think they are. I'm just kind of like on the lookout, I'm like a hawk. But
same thing. 18. You have to be 18 to try out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, Rams.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the 49ers though.
Why not? Red and gold.
No.
Looks really good. Okay, I guess not.
Not on uniform.
Blue and yellow, I guess.
Yeah.
Aren't they changing the logo or?
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Right?
Don't get me. They did.
They did change the logo. You don't like it?
No.
Why not?
It's so ugly.
I don't remember seeing it. I have to you describe it to me because I don't remember seeing it.
Oh my, it's so bad.
So it's not the horns anymore?
No, it's like it says LA and like the little lightning bolt. It's not really a lightning bolt, but it's like a little ram that looks like a lightning bolt. It's like over the LA,
and then
like a little
like an upside down Nike swoosh.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. People thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Was that when they released around that time?
Yeah, around that time, people were like, "Please be April Fool's joke, please." And I was even on that boat. I was like, "Please," and no.
They should have definitely just gone back to the old school Rams. Back in the day, like the old vintage,
Oh, I think
original. They should have gone back with that.
Yeah,
that would have been cool. Cause I mean, I know what they're doing. They're looking for a new identity, new stadium.
Yeah.
But they should.
It doesn't look good.
It's like the LA Chargers. Like,
yeah, it's a bootleg Charger.
Yeah, like the
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
It does not look good.
Just kidding. No, that's cool though. Yeah. Hopefully you can get that gig. That'd be cool.
I hope.
Yeah. So if all the 6 things that you want to try to do, if all that fails, academically, what are you trying to major in? If you're thinking of going to college, are you going to college? Okay.
Yes.
Or you have a major in that?
Child psychology.
Child psychology.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Try to help with these kids, these messed up kids and the messed up minds.
Oh my gosh.
Good luck to you. No, that's good though.
Yeah.
You need more people that are trying to do that kind of work.
Yeah, and I love working with kids, so.
Have you ever done any kind of internship with that?
No, I haven't. I've been busy with Miss Riverside, but yeah. But
well, that's a lot of service work though.
It is.
Miss Riverside.
Yeah, a lot of community work, a lot of volunteer too.
How's that going for you? I mean,
it's going good. I mean, you can't really do anything now.
Right.
But from October to everything started to happen, I was doing good. I did a lot of volunteer hours. I was able to do different things with my community and just give out a lot of help and stuff.
Were you able to cut any ribbons? Like
Okay, so
grand openings and stuff like that?
yeah, I did do a grand opening. I didn't cut the ribbon though. I don't think they had a ribbon.
Awesome.
But it was Donut Bar. Have you heard of that?
I might have seen it.
It's like a big pink donut shop. It's in downtown Riverside, and so like we went back and forth talking to them, and so then they're like, okay, well, come to our grand opening. So I did, and there's like that donut shop is like really famous. Yeah. They have like 6 different locations.
How different is that than like a Winchell's or Yum Yum?
They have like unicorn donuts. Yeah, and they're big.
Yeah.
They're really big, and the line was like so like I would say kind of like In-N-Out, but without cars.
Oh, a pretty good donut.
It was really good donut. Yeah. I think I had like 2 that day or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really good. I did that grand opening. Mm-hmm. It was so fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who gets you guys? You know, I'm talking about Riverside stuff, right? Miss Riverside. Who gets those gigs for you? You don't have an agent, I think.
I have a director.
Oh, directors. Okay.
Yes. So she reaches out. And then also the Miss America and Miss California organization. That's Miss Riverside City is a prelim to Miss California, which is in June, but we're not really sure if it's gonna be in June. But so then all the girls who competed at their local competition is a prelim for Miss California.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be competing for Miss California soon. Who knows? Maybe soon.
I'm sure it'll get lifted pretty soon. They're talking about middle of May. I know that they might extend it another week or 2, but maybe to June. Oh. Well, I think they said it was May 15th.
Oh, okay.
May 15th was supposed to be lifted, but our governor thinks that we need another 2 months, you know, so who knows? We'll see. I don't know if I can do this until July. I
don't know if I can do quarantine anymore.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
It really is. I'm a person who likes to go out and do adventures.
Yeah, you just said you're social. You know, you like to be out there.
I do. So being home all the time is like, oh my gosh, get me out of here.
And then now you're home with your little sister.
Yes.
Your mom's at home, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys are pulling each other's hair out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I hear.
Yes. It's real.
Yeah. The struggle is real.
It really is.
Hell, I've heard some horror stories though. Some really bad things like domestic violence.
It's going up. Yeah.
Oof, my God, that's scary.
It is.
That is nuts. Can you imagine though, like the guys that they go to work because and then they go out after work because they don't want to go home, and then wives, gotta come home. Now that they're home,
it's.
You know what? This is a good PSA. Women or men, do not let yourselves, if you feel like you're being abused, call somebody. Do not turn the corner. It's not normal, okay? And it doesn't have to be physical, okay? It can be verbal too, all right? PSA. So, sorry, I had to say that because I heard a podcast about it and it made sense. But social butterfly. You like talking to everybody.
I do.
Yeah. How's that gonna help you out with all the other pageants?
Okay, so for pageants, I do interviews with the judges or a on-stage question. So talking with everybody's gonna get my answer going fast. Yeah. And so when they ask me a question on the Miss California stage, I'll be like, oh, here's my answer, and I'll think of it really fast. So talking with everybody, and also getting people to do mock interviews with me and mock questions. So I practice my answers, and just talking with everybody gets me speaking really fast. So.
Well, I'm not gonna air this. This is just a mock interview for you. No,
all right.
But no, this I think this helps doing the podcast thing.
No, it does.
Or even going live on your Instagram and then invite someone on to go live with you, and then you guys have a conversation while other people are chiming in. That's good too. You know, it's fun. It's fun to do. It's good to have it out there. Another princess, maybe from another city that you know. You guys get on and just start talking about what's going on. It doesn't have to be long, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's good practice, and it's just good to get exposure, get people on there. They start sharing it.
I should do that on my Miss Riverside City page.
There you go. You see? All ideas right here. That's all
I know. Hey, we should do this more often. We're getting a bunch of ideas yearbook.
Yeah, that's right. You see? What was it again? Hashtag
yearbook signing.
No, it was drive-by yearbook signing.
Okay, we gotta write that down.
Hashtag mom, take notes. Just kidding. We got that.
She will. Momager.
That's right. Mama, since you were 6 months.
Yes, and Dadager.
Dad too?
Yeah, I'm like, don't. I'm sorry, Dad. He's gonna get mad at me for saying this. He is such a pageant dad.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Sorry, Dad.
Just kidding. No, that's awesome. I think that's great,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot, you should be very lucky that you have a dad like that that's willing to be there and volunteer, and be there for you. But that's cool.
Yeah.
Dad, pageant dad, is that what we're saying?
Yep.
Pageant
And
dad.
dance dad. He's, whatever I do, he's that dad, or Cirque dad, or dance dad. It ranges.
Yeah. Very, very supportive.
Yeah.
That's
Even
good.
like my little sister, my photographer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we rotate. I take pictures of her too. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
But
she probably does more you than you do her.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
Yeah.
That's cool though. You guys have a supporting family.
I do, and I'm
helps out.
very blessed for that because not a lot of people are able to say that they have that, and I'm one of the few and lucky ones who get to say that.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed for that.
That's pretty cool. So let's get back to your mom. Mom pageant or dance mom pageant. I mean, she has many titles.
She does.
Is she sometimes you go, come on, you gotta give me some space, mom.
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, go practice that trick again. I'm like, okay, I will. She's like, you want to get better or not? And I was like, I need a break. Leave me alone.
That's cool. But does she ever get like into it with some of the people when you're on stage and someone goes, oh, and she's, that's my daughter, like you sing those shows, right, where they get crazy?
Yeah, okay, well sometimes like when I perform with my school, there's like parents sitting by her and they all want to sit by her because she's like, oh my god, that's your kid. And my mom's like, yeah, that's my kid. Go, Jozie! Or sometimes there's like parents who are like, oh my gosh, like this kid again, performing again with this group, like put her like in the back or something. We always see her. My mom's always like, well, she's just good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, you can't say stuff like that. And she's like, well, and
she's
I'm
confident.
like, she is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, you can't say that. And she's like, well, I don't care. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Can you tell me if you have some like horror stories of pageants? Like right now you just said, oh, it's her again. Any contestants that go, oh, let's just leave. She's here.
Well, that's funny you say that because my mom and I were talking like a couple of days ago or a week ago, and we were talking about like different competitors that I would compete with in pageants when I was like younger. I would say like maybe like 5 and up. But there's always this pageant mom who would always be like, oh, are you gonna like compete in this pageant? And my mom would be like, no, but we really were. But she didn't want to tell her that. And so like she kept asking mom, oh, are you gonna compete? No. Are you gonna compete? No. Until like you couldn't enter anymore. My mom was like, oh yeah, surprise viewer. And then the other person would be like, oh my gosh. And my mom would be like, oh, we're here. But yeah, there's always those people you want to go like head to head with, or they're always like, oh my gosh. Yeah. She's here. I mean, I do that sometimes with other people.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also very competitive.
That's good.
Very competitive. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely stories like that.
Do you have like an not to say arch nemesis, but we'll say arch nemesis, someone that you compete with all the time where you're like, oh, that's the one that motivates you to get you better? And...
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah. Nice. Definitely in performing. Yeah. When I perform, I'm like, oh, I want to be better. Like, I want to dance. Both.
Oh, okay.
Even circus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm very competitive. But it's like a friendly competitive because like it make me better and then it make the person better because they're trying to compete as well. Yeah. So, yes.
have you guys, so it doesn't get ugly, it's friendly?
It's friendly, yeah. We try to keep it friendly because we're also like, I'm also friends with like a lot of people, so we just try to like uplift each other a lot. Yeah. But I don't think it's ever been really ugly.
No. I've seen that, one of my favorite movies, don't make fun of you guys out there. It's with Sandra Bullock called This Congeniality.
Oh my gosh, I've heard so much about that.
You never seen that movie?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I know, and it's a bunch of people tell me, as a pageant girl, really, you haven't seen it? I'm like, no, but I have to.
It's funny. It's really funny, but I wasn't asking you if there's any truth behind a lot of that stuff, but you've never seen it, so.
No.
It's some of the stuff like, girls snarky, watching what they eat during pageant day.
Okay, but that's true though. That's true though. Or some people like, they like do like a full diet, or like what's it called when they like you juice or like cleanse or something like that.
Or yeah.
Yeah, they do that, or they even like get their nails done, or yeah. I mean, I get my nails done. Yeah. Some people tan. I mean, it's really like personal preference, like whatever you think you need, like not I don't know how to say it, like whatever you want to like do to like better yourself and make you feel like better
yourself
than
an edge, maybe.
Yeah.
what are some of the things that hypes you or gets you hyped up right before you go on stage?
Ooh, I would definitely say like just taking a moment behind stage and be like, okay, let's just have fun and like do it. Listening to music while I get ready, that helps me.
Put the headphones on and just zone out.
Yeah, that helps me.
What's on your music, your playlist?
Oh, it ranges. It could be like from like Nicki Minaj and Eminem to like some soft Ariana Grande or like I don't know. I like a lot of different artists or like Akon. I like Akon a lot. I like the 2000s.
I haven't heard Akon in a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
Does
Personally,
he still perform?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but I'm more of like an older music. I like old school music more than I do this generation.
I don't even know what the new stuff is.
Yeah. So it's like it ranges. My playlist is
Little
different thing.
Is Little Wap one of them? No. Sorry. That's cool. All right, so that's what gets you pumped up, motivated. You listen to that.
Yeah.
Same thing for dance and all that.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's the same. That's your
same method. Yeah.
That's cool. Any nerves, or have you already bounced all those nerves off?
It depends what it is. Like if I'm going like up in the air, I'm like, okay, I just have to like remember to grip. Huh?
Do you ever look down?
Sometimes you have to. Like when you do like a drop, you're like, oh, okay, here I go. But I'm not afraid of heights. And that's like a big role of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, let's do it. Like I find it really fun. So that's another reason why I obviously do it. But
you said something about grip.
Yeah, so if you see like on my hand I have like calluses.
Oh,
that's like where like I grip and stuff like that. So sometimes it's just like, or I get like rosin, it's like kind of like a chalk.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, let's put some of that on and just make sure like I have good grip.
Yeah.
But,
so your arms are pretty toned then.
Kind of, yeah. I'm working. Since quarantine I've been working out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get them even more.
You should probably start doing some rock climbing too.
I did that when I was like, I didn't do that, but like at the fair I would always do that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's I forgot. There's a chain of them. I think something 8, Club 8, something 8, and it's indoors and they have this huge. It's in an industrial building, and they have huge walls and you just climb them.
I think my friend took me there one time.
It's really fun. Yeah, probably. It's a huge thing. They have different like mountains, that you can climb.
Oh, I was out of breath by like the first
so
2
exhausting.
things. But I actually get into that.
I tried it on. I got exhausted just trying on the harness. Seriously, I was like, I can't do this.
Oh my
But
god.
it was really fun after I got into it. Finally, squeezed into it.
It probably helped with my pull-ups too.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's a good arm workout. So with the pull-ups, that's like you spinning around in the ropes. That's a good exercise.
Yeah.
With the ropes.
When they open.
Well,
I know.
when they open, geez, you can't do anything, huh?
No.
I had to like do a home gym over here.
I know.
And I don't even work out. That's weird, right? But my wife does it.
That's good.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's cool that you keep doing it, keep motivating yourself to do everything. After all this, right? You said you're gonna do the child psychology.
Yes.
Are you hoping to get into the field of child psychology right away, or do you still want to do other things like dance, cheerleading?
I want to branch into it slowly, but like not
Branch
too
into
slow.
what?
Child psychology, because I also want to still do NFL cheerleader, and I want to hopefully do Cirque Du Soleil one day. So I don't want to go hardcore into child psychology because I do still want to be able to perform and stuff like that, because that's been my life since.
That's your passion.
Yeah. So I want to still do that.
The good thing is that you can do both simultaneously, right?
Yeah, you can, because with cheerleaders like schedule, you don't really like know their schedule until you're like on the team. It could like range from like anything, but with school you could also do like online as well, or take different classes to work with your schedule. So they're really flexible with each other.
Do you when you think about cheerleading, do you ever think or consider the pay? Because I hear it pays like nothing.
That's what I heard too, and I actually know a couple of the Rams cheerleaders, and every single one of their rates is different.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, of course it's like confidential, and I don't really know like what they get paid, but I know it isn't a lot, but it's also their passion.
Right.
So I don't think that would really matter to them as much, as long as they're performing in front of a crowd.
Stepping stone to something else, right?
Yeah.
Who was it that was a cheerleader, Lakers cheerleader, and then became a singer? She was a judge for American Idol.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I wanted to be a Lakers cheerleader for the longest time when I was little. Yeah.
You still can.
Maybe, yeah.
I think the season's gonna start up again.
Hopefully.
I know. I think. God, what was her name? Not Lauryn Hill. That's the singer.
Okay, maybe I don't know what you're talking about, but I feel like I can picture in my head.
Paula Abdul.
Oh,
Paula Abdul.
Okay.
Yeah, there's many other cheerleaders, but that's one that came to mind right now. Paula Abdul. See, she was a cheerleader, right? And
Yeah.
she started from there. Was it Raiders? I think Raiders cheerleader.
Maybe.
Laker cheerleader.
I
I think the
so.
studio audience says Lakers. We'll go with that. Any questions you have for me?
How did you get into podcasts?
Into podcasting?
Yeah.
Good question. See, I didn't feed that line at all. I got into it because I wanted to do this. I wanted an interview. I wanted a platform so that I could interview and talk to family and friends. You know, I've known your mom many years, and I always thought, oh, you know what? I want to interview my family members because they all have a good story to tell. I want them to share it if they're willing to share it. Most of my family members haven't. Some have, which is really cool. And eventually, I'll get some of those family members to come on. But I do have a lot of friends, and I'm meeting a lot of people along the way. And that's pretty much it. It's just to give them a platform and then be able to tell them, share a story.
I like that.
Or their goals.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that if you put it out there and you say it out loud and you put it out to the universe, it kind of forces you to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to just thinking about it, randomly telling your mom that you want to do it.
Because I should be like, all right, you go, sweetie. You
Yeah.
got it.
Right. So you're supposed to do it as a parent.
Yeah.
But now you put it out there when you say it, you know. So now it's like it's the accountability issue thing, right? Now you have to go for it, you know, the cheerleading.
It's a strive for it. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm happy that you're doing all that.
Thank you.
And that's good. I don't know. I mean, you have anything else?
No.
You don't want to play anything?
My Instagram,
There you go.
Jozalene Molina, and my TikTok. Go show my TikTok some at what is it? Jozie_2001.
I seen some of it. It's pretty funny. I really like the last one that you ran into that wall. That's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, that's not on TikTok?
No, I should
Oh,
put it on TikTok.
You should
Probably
put it
go
on
viral.
TikTok. You're gonna go crazy. Yeah, that was
Maybe.
like a red carpet. What was it?
A red carpet fail.
Red carpet quarantine.
Fail, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. And then you also Miss Riverside.
Yes.
You have the Instagram for that, right?
Yes, Miss Riverside City.
There you go. Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
The shirt, quarantine senior class of 2020. This is for you seniors out there. I feel for you guys, but keep your hopes up and keep at it.
Get one. It's really
Oh yeah,
comfortable.
get one. Yeah, check it out. Hydra clothing. We'll tag it. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, another episode of Talking Again podcast is in the books. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date. If you enjoyed the show, please tell your friends and family so you can share the experience. Now, it's time to close out the tap.